I put John Jones at number 1.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Who's better than him?
Bro, he hit a pregnant lady in a car and ran away. Go Nickal.
Want to bash him.
You just want to bash everyone, right?
And when I saw him falling down, I was like, man, what am I going to do? I was thinking I was running after him. I was
saw
going to
that.
do a flying knee. I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, bang, kick him.
Did you feel in the moment that you were hitting him in the back of the head?
I was bashing him, man. The guy wasn't doing anything, right? Like,
Yeah.
it felt like he was waiting for the round to end to quit, or I don't know. It was weird. That war, the Palestine one, whatever was going on there. People ask me, I don't know nothing about it, like, because I don't really look into it. But there's one thing I know: you don't want people dying. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, just stop the war. We don't want people to die, kids and women dying. You know what I mean? So I feel like when people say, "Oh, this or this," like there's children dying. They got nothing to do with anything, and we're gonna pick it. Man, who cares? I don't want these kids to die. You know what I mean? So I feel that, I don't know, it's weird stuff. I don't know.
Welcome back to another episode of the 5'8 Take. This week we have a very special guest by the name of Jacob Malkoun. Jacob is an Australian mixed martial artist currently fighting in the UFC Middleweight division. He's had some controversial wins, which we will get to, and also a controversial loss, which we also decipher in this episode and get his thoughts as to what he was thinking at the time. He was punching, essentially had this guy in turtle position, and he threw a punch, and the guy essentially was looking for a way out. We discuss that fight. We also discuss his back and forth with Bo Nickal, as well as his upbringing from being a fat kid playing NRL to now being at the height of combat sports. This is an awesome episode that I know you guys will enjoy, but before we get there, just a few words from our sponsors. Go to loanoptions.ai/58 to support the show. If you're looking for a loan, whether it's personal, business, or even home loan, go to loanoptions.ai. They will have you covered. This is the best platform in Australia for all your loan needs. You put in your details, they'll give you a range of different options, and they'll also assist you in facilitating that loan. Go to loanoptions.ai. They also support the jiu-jitsu and combat sports community. I've trained with Julian, the owner of the business. He's a phenomenal human being. And this business is not only a fantastic, best-in-class platform, but also they are a supporter of the show and the sport. Go to loanoptions.ai/58.
Listening to the 5'8 Take.
Bro, I never pictured you as a fat kid, eh?
Yeah, I was fat. I was fat until like probably 21, 22.
21, 22?
Yeah, I was fat.
But like, why? Like, is
I
it...
love food. You know what I mean? I didn't care. Like, I just didn't care. It's just like
You just ate anything.
Yeah.
Like anything.
I wouldn't go to McDonald's unless I had like 4 or 5 burgers.
What was your go-to?
I used to always get the double quarter pounder, triple cheeseburger, probably a Big Mac.
And how'd you switch? Like, how did the discipline come in?
When I was like 18, 19, I remember I was training MMA and I wanted to fight. I kept telling the coach, I want to fight. And he got me one. It was 6 weeks out from a fight. I go, what weight? He goes, 93. I go, yeah, I'll make it. How much do you weigh? I said, I think 102, 103. I went home, weighed myself. I remember 110. After training, so after all the sweat, so I was like, man. I said, nah, I got to fight. I want to fight. So I just died. I got down. And then after the fight, I got back up to 107 again. And
How old were you here?
18, 19.
110 kilos at 18.
I was 100 in year 9. 100 in year 9, year 8. I was big, man. I used to love food.
So the weight cut. So the fight came up. You got 6 weeks to go, and then you're going to cut weight. What did you do? Because did you just go cold turkey? Like I'm not gonna eat. I'm gonna train hard.
Yeah, no, I was training. But I was like, I'll go to train. Because I was working the market. I was doing just like while I was at uni.
Yeah.
So I was working the market. I'll come back. I'll have like one cup of rice in the microwave cups.
Yeah.
Just have one on its own, and I'll sit there, have a piece of fruit. Then I'll go to training, come home, have protein shake, and probably like a piece of meat. I was doing that every day. I remember I had 5 kilos left the day before the day of the weigh-in. And I was in the sauna for like 7 hours. I made the weight, but I stopped sweating. My body, how much weight I lost in such a short period. But then I put it back on, and then they said, "Oh, you're fighting at 90." And I dropped to 90, and then I went up to like 101. And then dropped down to 90, and I started walking around 98, and I just kept going. And I don't know, I got disciplined. Like, I still wasn't that disciplined until like, probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Still a fat kid in here. I'm still a fat kid.
Did you go to like gym as well? Were you going gym or just MMA? Or jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts?
Yeah, the MMA. Like, if I didn't start doing MMA, I'd probably still be fat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what kept me. And like now, to be honest, now, even when I'm not, I used to always think I'll be fat when I retire, but like I won't be. Because when I don't train as much, I don't eat as much, I don't enjoy it.
Well, you reckon you're going to be one of those that retire and there's like, they just bulk out?
Man, I don't know. I think I might have like a dad bod. It'll be like fit, but
Yeah, I got one of them right now.
I'll still from England.
Yeah, bro. I'm asking these questions because I'm wondering how I cut to get back there. What's your go-to now, like after a fight?
I like McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I love McDonald's. But like, when I'm over in the States, like Five Guys and In-N-Out, I like burgers and chips and stuff.
There's a big question there. What's better, Five Guys, In-N-Out? So what do you reckon is the best go-to burger shop in the United States?
It's hard. Because I didn't get In-N-Out last time.
You're going to break a lot of hearts here.
Man, I didn't get In-N-Out. I had it because they don't have In-N-Out on the East Coast, eh?
In the East Coast? Yeah. They don't.
They don't have it In-N-Out. Because I was there, they didn't have it. So there was only Five Guys.
Oh, yeah,
so the last burger I had was Five Guys. That was, man, good. So I want to go with Five Guys.
Yeah, I had Five Guys in Dubai just gone. And, they cost an arm and a leg for a burger, bro.
It's expensive, eh?
It's outrageous. It's like, it's just, meat in a bun and it's smashed patties, but don't take my arm with it, you know what I mean?
I think on my own I spent, because I bought 4 burgers, right, and chips after, I spent like, it was like 100 and some bucks. It was expensive, eh?
It's outrageous,
it's expensive.
Bro. It gets outrageous. And then after your fight, what do you go to now? What do you go to? I heard you eat pizza and Coke is was the chatter.
No, not pizza. After the fight is not. I don't go crazy like I used to, like straight away.
Yeah.
But the morning, like pancakes and bacon, maple syrup, all that stuff after. That tastes good.
Bro, tell me, what is going on with this thing about you being an IT guy?
The IT guy? Oh, man, I don't think
What is going on? What is going on? Are you around here fixing computers?
Man, I don't even have a laptop at home. I'm the worst with technology, but for now, I'm an IT guy. Let's pretend I'm an IT guy for now.
We're pretending?
Pretending now. Bo Nickal. He's
Yeah, because I heard you hacked the UFC mainframe and you got the pre-release poster of your signing.
Man, I thought it was signed, man. I thought it was a done deal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was already signed in the UFC and you grabbed it and you posted it and then their butt heard about it.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a done deal. I thought 100% we're fighting June 1st, but, then they messaged me. I heard otherwise. They said, no, we're not fighting him.
Is he scared?
I think so. I think he is a little bit. I don't know. I hope not, but hope not.
I saw on the podcast the other day, he was saying that he would end your career. He doesn't know how to go lateral up and down, but he would end your career.
Yeah, to be honest, what he was saying was, I understood, He's got a big name. I'm a hard fighter. I know. I think I'm a big problem for a lot of these guys, and they know that. He fought that Cody Brundage, and he he felt him. He saw what I did to him. I broke him in a minute. So he knows how good I'd be. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it was good. It was like he was saying lateral. Like, I understood because I'm not that big name. But then when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna end his career. I'm gonna bash him," man, he's not about that. This guy, like, he's acting like he's like some scary dude. Like, relax. You got a big name. You won a few fights, but yeah, like that's when it's like, relax, mate. If you want to fight me, you know where to find me. All you got to do is pick up the phone and say, "I want to fight Jacob," because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see it.
Why do you think he pulled out?
He didn't pull out, man. He didn't pull out. I don't want to go on with that anymore. I don't want to go along with that anymore. It was all bullshit.
I think it's a great fight. Like, you both fought Cody. I think you completely smashed it. What was your thoughts actually in that fight? Did you feel in the moment that you were hitting him in the back of the head?
Nah, because, man, I was bashing him, man. The guy wasn't doing anything, right? Like,
yeah,
it felt like he was waiting for the round to end.
Yeah,
to quit, or I don't know. It was weird because he went hard for a minute, and I broke him. I felt him suck the life out of him. But then I remember he turned to his side, and I went to throw the elbow. Then he turned fast again to his knees, man. And then you look at it, my forearm hit him in the back of the neck as well, really. So he was looking for a way out, but it's hard to deal with. I'm still not over it, to be honest.
No?
I'm not over it. But even after, I was like, man, why did that happen, man? But it is what it is. It is what it is. But
do you think that set your career back at all, that fight? Because from the perspective of a fan looking at the sport, everyone knew you absolutely smashed him. So the controversy around all that, it seemed like you got more buzz, but then you did get that loss on the record. How do you feel after it?
Man, I remember I went back to the room and I was sitting there. I'm like, man, what the hell just happened? I was like, what the hell just happened now? But I don't feel it was a setback. It was more like everyone knew, like, I bashed him. But the only problem was I lost my money and got a loss on the record. That was the problem.
What do you mean you lost your money?
Like, you don't get the win bonus.
Yeah.
And I was smashing that. I was going to get it. So.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It clearly looked like he was looking for a way out.
Yeah.
There's like no way around that.
But they say everything happens for a reason. We're finding out that reason soon, hopefully.
I'm keen. And getting called into the UFC, was that always the goal?
I kind of never had I want to make it. I kind of knew I was going to get there. You know?
Yeah.
Like I felt like just working hard and the team I had around me, I was going to get there. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, I want to get there. I was like, man, just relax. I want to get there sooner or later. I got in pretty early, I think. I was only 4-0, you know, so. And I used to think, oh, it's just a fight, but it's not just a fight. All the cameras and the buzz about it affects you a little bit, and it showed in the debut, you know.
Yeah.
It showed. I wasn't ready. Then I came back from that. It was hard to come back, but I did. Honestly, it made me a different person.
What change did you make after that?
Like, it's just the mindset, you know. It was like, these guys, it was more like before I was worried about them.
Yeah.
I was never worried about the guy I'm fighting before. But then when I made UFC, I was worried about him heaps.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what am I worried about these guys for, you know? Just worry about myself. I'm good. And, you know, like, obviously the coach is putting in my head how hard I work and all that. And, man, it was even going into that, man, I just got knocked out that quick. And then they gave me a guy 10 first-round knockouts. He was knocking out everyone, you know. They're like, throw him to him, let Abdul Razak get another knockout victory. But I changed the plans, you know.
It feels like you keep getting, like, hard guys.
Yeah, well, I don't. In the beginning, I felt it was, but not now. It's just normal. I think I'm at that level. I don't think anyone's harder. Everyone's. I'm at that level now, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
Because that's the thing. It seems like each time you just come back and you evolve. Like, looking from a person watching it and looking in as a fan, it looks like you come back and you're a different fighter each time. Yeah. And even in your demeanor, like before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Before, it seems like it was very respectful, and it was, you know, the Gracie way, you know, the jiu-jitsu way of being like respect to the opponent. The last time you were like your celebration in itself had an aura to it.
I don't like the guy I'm fighting, like even after, like.
You don't like. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like?
I can't explain it. Like, I respectful shake their hand and stuff, but I don't want to. Like, they go for a drink after or their friend. Like, we fought each other. If I lose, I don't want to see you. If I win, I don't want to see you either. Just like go your way, I'll go mine. We just bash each other. Like trying to take everything from me, and we're not friends. You know what I mean? We're not friends. You just stay your side, stay mine.
What's your thoughts on the last fight?
Man,
because everyone like. Yeah, you give me your thoughts on what you thought happened, because everyone was a bit shocked of what is going on here. I thought you caught him as he was coming in to your hip.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what happened, to be honest, in the fight.
Yeah.
Until after I watched the video, man. He had like the doctor, when he was because I had a stitch on my eyebrow, little stitch. So he did two. He goes to me, man, you should see your opponent. And he had like a massive cut on the top of his head.
He was fucked up.
Yeah, like a lot of stitches. So I obviously hit him with that punch on the head.
Yeah.
I think I hit him and he hit my hip.
Yeah.
I think it was the punch, but because it was like a little short.
It was. I saw it in the replay as he's coming in. You can see you do a short hit on top of his head, and then he hits he goes for the takedown, and he hits your hip. And then he sort of gets up and stumbles.
Yeah, exactly where I hit him with the punch is where the cut was. So like, and when I saw him falling down, I was like, man, what am I going to do? I was thinking I was running after him. I was going to do a flying knee. I was like, what am I going to do? And it's like, bang, kick him.
Bro, you came in and you just booted him, eh?
I did a stutter step. I was like, oh, shit, boom. Feeling, bro.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as I happened, I was just like, we went off, we went off, and we were just like celebrating it and getting that win, and then you getting up, and then what'd you say? You got up and then you went off as well.
I don't watch myself after.
Let's go. You don't watch your...
like to celebrate. I don't like to see it because I go nuts, I can't help it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man?
Bro, that one you went more than previous, you know what I mean? Nuts. Like, you could tell that meant a lot.
Yeah. Because it was frustrating. Like, after before the Cody Brundage fight, I fought Nick Maximov, I won. And then I had like a year with a lot of injuries. I had back-to-back dislocated shoulder, like, a lot of injuries. And then the Cody Brundage fight happened. Took a year off, had him, then got disqualified. Then I had to do a surgery after that fight. There's a lot of frustration, build up. And, man, like before the week of the fight week, man, I had like heaps of anxiety, thinking about the fight, being uncomfortable. Man, the fight day, I remember it was like 2 p.m. We were supposed to leave to the arena at 4, right? I was like laying in bed at like 2:30. I'm like, that's it, man. I'm telling Alex, I'm not fighting. That's what's going through my head. I'm telling him I'm not fighting, not doing it. I don't care what he says. But if he tries to make me fight, I'm not fighting. And then like 5 minutes later, I started laughing at myself. Like, man, if you're fighting, shut up, man.
You're fighting, shut up, man.
I was laughed at myself.
Yeah.
Man, the mind just plays tricks, so yeah.
Yeah, no, Mike Tyson says that he is open about the fears, and like he is at one stage he said that he's cried before going into the boxing ring. Like, what's that? Where does that anxiety comes from for you? You reckon? Have you always been anxious going into a fight?
Yeah, I always overthink, like before, and I'm always thinking, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. What's gonna happen if he? I'm not scared of the guy. I'm not scared of getting knocked down. I'm not worried about anything, to be honest. I just don't want to lose. It's always in your head, oh shit, what if he does this? I'm going to be uncomfortable here. But then it's crazy because I think about it so much. When I'm walking out, it feels like nothing. Because I'm thinking about it so much, and I walk out, I'm like, fuck, is this what this is? I go in the cage and I look at him, I'm like, man, I've been picturing him like some monster. But then it's like nothing when you're in there.
Does the anxiety and everything leave as you're walking into the stadium or when the cage closes?
For me, once I start warming up, my hands are wrapped. To be honest, I think like the nerves start settling down a bit. Yeah. But once I start walking out, like, I feel I'm sweet. Like, I'm not I actually don't feel nervous when I'm walking out. As soon as the music hits, I go, I'm good.
Do you feel? Is that only in MMA, or did you feel that in any jiu-jitsu or rugby when you were a kid or anything like that? Has always been there?
Yeah, like, man, I played rugby league. I remember, because I know that the guy I'm versing the team. I'll think about it all week. Oh, man, we got this team, got this team, got this team. But then once you're there, it's like, man, who cares? Yeah. That's how I've always been. But jiu-jitsu is funny, but before the matches, I'm more nervous than the fights. It's weird. Like when I used to compete jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
In jiu-jitsu, you're more nervous than MMA?
Probably not the week before.
Yeah.
But when you're there, before I'm nervous, it's weird.
Yeah. What is that? Like, what is it? Just like something primal in us, or what do you think that those nerves come from?
I think with fighting, I know like I'm in a different mentality, different state. Like I'm ready to hurt someone, he's ready to hurt me, you know. But jiu-jitsu, I'm not. It's not like physical pain kind of thing. You're not trying to hurt the guy. So I feel like jiu-jitsu is more of a competition kind of thing. So in brain's like thinking about winning, losing, what are you going to do if you do this? Where fighting's like, man, I want to bash these guys. I mean, that's the difference. I think that's what it is.
Do you reckon it's more of a chess aspect to jiu-jitsu than MMA?
I don't think, I think MMA is like chess as well, but I think just the mentality is different, you know. Like for me, anyway. But there'll be like jiu-jitsu competitors who compete for like that's their thing. Probably think I want to smash these guys, you know. Yeah. For me, it's a bit different. I don't know. It's weird. Like even boxing, I get a lot when I used to do the boxing fights. You get heaps nervous. Maybe it's because I don't focus on it, you know. Not as confident.
You don't focus on it.
Like I'm doing MMA, I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I'm doing wrestling, I'm doing boxing, I'm doing kickboxing. I can't focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Maybe if I focused on jiu-jitsu, I'm more confident when I walk in. I wouldn't be as nervous.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So I do have some questions for you, some rapid fire, right? That we want to get one sentence, like as quick of an answer as you can. All right,
I'll try my best.
All right. So and this is to the fighters. So I'll put out some questions of what people want to know. So these are some particular fighters in your weight division, and just some quick thoughts. And I'll rattle the name and then just punch them out. Yeah.
One word or one sentence?
One sentence. Just a quick thought on these fighters. What's your quick thoughts on these fighters? First one, Paulo Costa.
Big and muscly.
Paul Craig.
Want to fight him.
You want to fight Paul Craig?
Like to.
Okay. Why?
I think I'll bash him.
What, do you see some weaknesses or something?
No, he's got good grappling. I don't think he's going to do much to me in the grapple, but tall guy is a bit annoying, to be honest. He's got some tricky stuff, but I think my game's bad for him, and he's got a rank, doesn't he? I think so.
Yeah, he's 7th or 8th, around there. He's in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want to fight him.
Bo Nickal.
Want to bash him.
You just want to bash everyone, right?
I don't think too much of him, man. I don't think much about him. But you got to give it to him. Good wrestling. He's got good wrestling.
Because he said...
I'd like to pause right here real quick. We're going to get right back into the episode, but I'd like to put a pin here and just say thank you. Thank you to everyone that supports the show, has shared the show, has interacted with the show. The reason why we can get these high-level guests is because you guys support. And without your support, we couldn't get these guests. We may not even be a show. So truly, truly appreciate you guys. And this isn't a sponsorship plug or anything. I just wanted to pause here and say thank you. Let's get back to the episode.
He said it wasn't like he suck or anything.
Like, man, he's pretty much saying like he knows I'm a hard fight, but no recognition. He's saying it pretty much. Hard fight, no recognition. He's saying step lateral, but skill set wise, he knows I'm not a step lateral. I'm a step up. He knows.
Do you reckon there's nowhere to run? Like at this stage, it seems like he has to take the fight, or else he's just a bitch.
Well, everyone's saying they want to see it, and if it doesn't happen, it's not on my part.
What was the podcast, UFC podcast, that they were talking about it as well? Like
I think Ariel Helwani asked him.
Right.
Ariel Helwani asked him. But if the fight doesn't happen, it's their side, If he wants it, he knows I'm going to take it whenever he wants.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Crazy guy.
Crazy.
Rob's going to bash him.
Love it. Dricus du Plessis.
Tough as they come.
Tough as they come, you reckon?
I think so.
Why?
Man, he's willing. You see he's winning these fights. He's not more skilled than the guy, he comes in, he's willing to die. And what I look at him, what's good is what I want to get more of, to be honest, is he's not scared to get tired. He goes for it. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. He's like, I'm going to go and go and go until he puts me out, this guy.
Why do you think he has such a... It seems like it's such a stiff boxing style, but it works.
Yeah, he looks awkward, man. He doesn't. To be honest, he doesn't look that good. He's not... I don't think his skills are much better than anyone else either. I just think he's a fit, physical guy. He's tough, trains hard, and I think just that willingness to go out on his shield is hard for people to deal with.
Yeah. No, I agree. I see him just run through, because every like, people have made a lot of money on Dricus. He's just, he's always the sort of underdog. It appears on paper, but he just comes out on top all the time, and he's a decent fighter. You
see him against Strickland, man. Like, after that first 2 rounds, he was getting bashed, and he's like, you see in his face, he's like, man, what the hell am I going to do with this guy? But he found the way still, He came and he won it.
Do you think he won that fight?
It was close. It was close. But, because it's funny, I think he did win, but because Strickland was a champion, maybe they should get, I don't know. I think he won probably the 3 rounds.
What is your thoughts actually on the cards? Because on paper, I think Strickland outstriked him, but then they gave it to...
I didn't watch it. I remember when I was watching it, I was like, I think Dricus won. I didn't watch it again, like, focus on it too much.
Yeah.
But, how they always give it to the champion, like, benefit of the doubt. Maybe, I don't know. But I think they should have a rematch, maybe. I don't know. Or but they're trying to save Dricus probably for Israel. I don't know what they're doing now.
Yeah. I think they're trying to get that fight together. It's just that mentality of continuing to go on. And so a lot of these high-level guys has it, and I think you have it as well. Your nickname Mamba, that's Kobe, right? Is that where it's from? You did rugby. Why are you a basketball guy?
Man, it's funny because I used to just play NBA 2K. I used to love him. He started coming from there. Then one day I just came in. They called me the Mamba, and everyone just started calling me Mamba. I was like, it's gonna stick now.
Yeah,
but I do like him, by his work ethic and stuff. You know what I mean? Just the way he is, and you just see that there's no bullshit with him. He just worked hard. Obviously, he was talented, but look at who's not talented in the NBA. So it's what sets him apart is that work ethic he has. So I feel like you can pass that into any sport, any job, anything you do. You work hard. Doesn't matter how talented you are, you're going to get somewhere regardless. Yeah. And on his last NBA game, he got one of the highest scores of his career. 60? Yeah. He hit 60 or 61. Yeah, outrageous, insane. LeBron's better, and so is Jordan. You reckon? You think so? No, I think they are. Right. LeBron's robotic. That guy is, I think he's not even human. I think he's just a cyborg. That guy just keeps going. I don't know. Still a high level too. Yeah. But still probably top 10. It's outrageous. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. He's never injured. He spends millions on recovery as well. Yeah, but, man. I think he's got 10 million budget for a year. He's got 21, how many years? 21 years of mileage on his body. Yeah. I get it, but, man, what's he doing? Yeah. He's built different. I don't know what it is. What's your recovery? What's your longevity? You want to do it? When you're aiming for that belt, what's the 5-year plan? Honestly, I've been thinking I want to retire at 33. 33? That's what I was thinking. Well, Jesus? Doesn't look like it anymore. Right. Doesn't look like it, but that's what my number always was, about 33. 33 is when you're going to hit your peak. I know, that's the problem. But that's the thing. You think it now, but then that's when you're at the top.
Bro, 33, you're like, right now, you destroy people. 33 is...
Khabib retired at 32, but...
Did Khabib retire at 32? Yeah,
so,
he came out too early.
Yeah, I think so, maybe.
Like, I reckon he came out too early.
Nah, you reckon?
You don't reckon?
Man, he's like...
I reckon he can't, like... Who do you consider the top 3 of all time? It's a hard question, eh?
You got to put John Jones at number 1.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Who's better than him?
Bro, he hit a pregnant lady in a car and ran away. What are you talking about? You're going to put him...
Yeah, but he's still the best. It doesn't matter.
He hasn't lost.
Hasn't lost anything.
That thing got... that loss that he had got overturned.
Disqualification?
I think so. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure. All right, John Jones, 1. What else?
Probably could put Khabib number 2.
Khabib number 2. He fought no one.
Yeah, but look what he did at the end.
Yeah,
that's what was crazy. He was running through him at the end.
Yeah, true.
Poirier, Gaethje, like, man.
True. Yeah. And he put that triangle to cap off the... true.
Yeah. And probably...
And Poirier's not light work and,
And probably put Silva there.
Yeah, I love
I think
Silva.
so. You have to put him there.
Yeah, I think if he didn't have that leg break, maybe he...
You know what? Demetrius Johnson too, you know?
Oh, did you see that jiu-jitsu match with him and that big...
Yeah.
His 110 kilo?
I put him over Anderson Silva. See how big that guy was?
Huge.
I don't know how he done it.
Huge. And then the guy tried to flip him over and then, I don't know, he just switched his body, landed in side control. The guy tried to push him off. He was in side turtle, went over the top, grabbed the lapel, swinged it over, did the roll and finished him. That is savage.
And I like how he talks about he likes gi jiu-jitsu more.
Oh, really?
If you see him, he talks about he likes jiu-jitsu. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, he's an absolute G. So that's your top 3. That's it. Yeah,
I think so. I'll put him over Silva.
Over Silva.
I think so. I think Silva stuffed himself up at the end with his legacy. I feel.
What do you reckon? Because he got caught with the drugs, but it was because of his leg.
No, I feel like if he retired
a bit earlier
before the Weidman fight,
he'll
be untouchable. That's why Khabib's smart.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
True.
That's what I feel. Like if John Jones loses now, like it stuffs him up a bit as well, I reckon. Like if he retired now, like he's the GOAT. But like if he fights Tom Aspinall and loses,
and I think Tom
he
can
could
take
lose
him.
too. Yeah,
I reckon he can take it.
That's what I think. I think he can lose.
Yeah,
Fair
enough.
He can lose. That's a hard fight, man. That guy's big, man. Tom Aspinall's big and he's fast.
Yeah, and
John Jones not the same. Doesn't look like he was at.
No, he's looking, bro. He's talk about someone who's likes a bit of food.
You know what's crazy about him and Gustafsson will probably every division evolves. You know, over time.
Yeah.
That division hasn't. It's like it was better before.
Stagnant.
Him, Daniel Cormier, they'll be the top 3 if you put him in now. He would beat them.
Daniel Cormier was always interesting. His size, you didn't think that he was going to do what he did, but every time he won, he destroyed, he walked through everybody apart from John Jones. But for his size and stature, like he's 6 foot, but in that weight category, it's I didn't think he would do what he did.
He's a problem. DC, I wouldn't want to fight something like that, you know. Man, because people think of it like height advantage, like it was like a big advantage, but man, he's short, like a keg. What are you going to do to that guy? You have to punch down. Like, the tall guy's got to punch down at him. So he's a hard guy to fight. He's grappling as well. But the problem was with him, I feel like he didn't use his wrestling at the end. You know what I mean? So he got a bit old. He probably didn't train it. Imagine if he came in at like 31, 32 MMA. I reckon no one would beat him. Like he came out when he stopped. His body couldn't push that wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he was always a weight above, right?
Yeah.
He fought at heavyweight at his size, and then he came down to lightweight. DC was a problem, bro. He was, he's a great commentator. Like he's just good for the sport. Where, like all rounder. I know, John Jones is number 1 because he's just fighting. If you're talking just fighting.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about it as a human, I don't know if he's up there.
And I think, that trip I do against the cage, I kind of got it from, DC didn't use it as much against him. I got it from him. He used it a bit. I remember one day I was like, man, how do you do that? And I started doing it over and over again against the cage, and then it started from him, from his takedown.
It looked like you guys were backstage, and it looked like you got along really well.
Because he was talking about versing me in a video game or something.
Yeah, NBA, I think.
NBA, yeah.
He wanted to take you on, and then you were like, I'll be Kobe, and then he said...
He got scared.
He got scared, you reckon?
Yeah, he was talking, because he was saying he'll be Houston. I'm like, all right, I'll be the classic team, Lakers, 2001. He goes, no, you can't. I go, man, that's the team I play with, man. Pick whatever you want. He got scared. He didn't want to play anymore.
Did you have a wager on that or what?
I was supposed to play, but we didn't end up playing. I remember he asked me, it was like 2 days before the fight. I was like, nah, I can't. But I should have played it maybe. Maybe I would have got him.
Bro, he's I reckon, yeah. I want to see that. I want to see that. Stream it.
I haven't played for a while. I mean, I'm scared. I was playing back then. Now I'm scared. I don't know if I'll win.
Bruh. So rolling back. Let's talk about coming into MMA. Let's talk about the origin story. What made you even start training? What was your first martial art that you took up?
Because I was a fat kid and I was lazy. My dad wanted me to get fit, to play footy. I was always a good player, but because I was lazy, I couldn't get to the next level. And I was like, all right, get fit. We're going to put you in this MMA place. And then I started training there. And I don't know why in my head I was like, I want to fight straight away. You know what I mean? I was just like,
on the rugby field?
No, not on the rugby field. No, when we put me in MMA.
Yeah.
That was the first martial art. It was like a gym.
Oh, it was MMA itself?
Yeah, like MMA gym, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I was probably like 16, 17.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I was there, he goes, all right, who wants to fight in, I don't know, a month, like a couple of months. I put my hand up, the coach just walked past me, like, these kids off his head, He's like, what's wrong with this guy? But yeah, I don't know, I just was like, all right, I want to fight, but it was good because we always had Rob around, so we knew the level. He was already in the UFC kind of thing. So it was like, and I always used to think, man, this guy's so good. How am I going to get there? Man, I'm training so much, I can't get there. Every day I train. I'm not going to get it. But I was like, just keep training. And, that's what the mentality was, I was just like, we've got to catch this guy.
Was your first gym with these guys that you're with now? Like, was it the first gym, Alex and Rob and...
No, it was at Gym PMA, it was called, like in Padstow.
Yeah.
I used to train there. And Rob used to train there as well before.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, but Rob was like already, I think he was in the Ultimate Fighting House when I started training.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and then we, I think maybe, I don't know how long ago we moved to Alex's gym.
Yeah.
Meeting range when the new gym opened here.
Yeah.
The old gym, I mean.
Yeah.
If I didn't meet Alex, I wouldn't be here, at this level. Like,
what made you switch to his gym? Did Rob go as well at the same time? Like,
no, we started coming here for grappling because of jiu-jitsu wrestling. We wanted to get better jiu-jitsu wrestling.
Okay,
we didn't have that much there. So we started training here, and once I trained twice with Alex here, I was like, man, I gotta come here more often, and then it just started growing from there.
Because it seems like he's got very top fighters. Like, you got Rob, you got yourself, you got Izzy, who are at the top of the game. Was Izzy there as well at the same time as you guys?
No, Izzy came probably a year after I started there.
Yeah, gotcha. Because it's high level.
People look for, this coach is better, this is better. Man, you work hard, whatever, you're going to get better as long as you work hard. Doesn't matter where you are. So you don't need these massive gyms and going overseas with fighters. We've got a little team and we just work, try to kill each other every day, and look where we are now. Still going too.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And you do have a lot of what's it called, Darren Till, he went over to Sweden. You got all these fighters that move around the place. But you guys have, kept a tight knit for years now, and you're top of the game, and it's a testament. And it's a testament of how Australia has grown in MMA and also jiu-jitsu as well. What's your thoughts on the landscape here now?
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of fighters in the UFC now, and jiu-jitsu is going on a high level too here, So we do got a lot of athletes in Australia, and a good athletic group of we've got so many different cultures and stuff, so many talented people. But I think for our team especially, it was more just like me and Easy more than it's just who cares where these guys are from, you know? Like, believe in yourself and the work we put in. Like they say, oh, you're fighting a guy from Russia, Dagestan, man. Well, they don't bleed the same as us. Like, what's different? What do they got different to us? Like, well, because they're born over there. It wasn't like I got a silver spoon in my mouth. I'm working my ass off here. It doesn't matter where you come from. It's like what you do with your work. Yeah, that's what annoys me a lot when someone says, "Oh, because I was fighting like a Russian." I was like, "Oh, you're fighting a Russian guy. They're different. They're grappling." I'm like, man, I'll smash this guy. What's he gonna do to me? Like, well, because he's from Russia, Dagestan. Doesn't matter. Who cares? There's only two Dagestan Russian guys that are Islam and Khabib. But it doesn't mean the whole group. Does that mean I'm Rob? I'm not Rob. Rob's there. You know what I mean?
I get you. And it is this weird aura that they have. Do you reckon we got any of that? Like, do you reckon these Dagestanis are going to be like, we're fighting these Australians there?
Yeah. Like,
insert line. What do you reckon?
Hopefully, maybe we're starting to build something. It's not just the Dagestans. It's like all of them. Like, oh, you're fighting a guy from this team. It's just, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Liverpool and all of these. Yeah, it's like
they don't know what Bankstown and Liverpool's about. No one knows about that. But yeah, maybe we're starting to build, man, because we got all of these Australian fighters doing well now. You know,
they are, and like even the
boxing too, like Team Zud, Cambodia, a lot of good boxers coming out of here too. So they always had good boxers coming out of Australia, though.
What's your thoughts on the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight?
I didn't watch. I seen the highlights, but
You didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it.
How do you? So you don't watch boxing? Like, that's a massive fight. Like I thought you would have been all over that.
I don't watch like fighting too much. Like I watch it, but I don't take. Like I won't go out of my way. You know what I mean? I won't go out of my way to watch the UFC.
You won't go out of your way to watch the UFC. What do you mean?
I won't plan a day about watching.
Every Sunday, you don't, like, me and the boys, we're like, all right, so we're each Sunday, and Australia's perfect. It's midday on Sunday. Like, just go, like, we go to the pub or, you know, have a barbecue, and then that's the Sunday. It's like the Sunday, like, ritual thing. You don't do that?
Like, even like UFC 300, I was like, man, I want to watch it, but I had to go to a lunch. So I have it on my phone, I'm watching it, talking. So. But yeah, like, I don't plan, like, I got to watch it, but I always watch fights because I like watching fights to see what people. It's good to see what different people are doing, you know.
Yeah,
but man, you have to always be a student of the game. So yeah, but I won't plan my day about a UFC card or boxing.
Yeah, well, so what was your thoughts in the aftermath? Because it probably came around your feed of the Garcia and Haney fight.
Yeah, like they're all saying he's drinking. Man, no way that guy was.
Do you reckon he had everyone on? He was just like lying.
Yeah, he was
throughout.
Yeah, he was playing.
Because he was talking some wild shit. Like he was talking about like Bohemian Grove, and he was talking about like he was saying that he was drinking and partying every weekend.
Yeah, I don't think so, man.
You don't reckon? It was just for the show. His Instagram got locked out and he couldn't get in his Instagram. He was saying that his credit card was taken over and that he couldn't get into his bank account.
Has he ever been a crazy guy, but before this fight?
No, he's like a TikToker, eh?
Yeah, but he's never been a guy like who drinks every day and parties, you know what I mean? He's always been like that fit guy.
Yeah,
training and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. He fooled everyone because everyone thought he was drinking and all that, but I don't think he was. Or maybe he's like a freak. I don't know. He's a freak, but like maybe he's like John Jones.
Yeah.
Like those guys. You know, there's in those sports, there's like Maradona and...
Yeah, that can just like rail lines and then just compete. And
if I drink on a Saturday, I'm done until Wednesday. I can't move. I have to stay away from all of it.
I hear you. But yeah, he could be he could be a freak, but he probably had everyone on because he did a PBD podcast lately, and he did say that he has footage before saying that he was planning all of this out, and he was gonna, say all this wild shit to, because he also had the back end.
He bashed him, but
Yeah.
Dropped him heaps.
Destroyed. Like six times, and I think 3 actually counted, but he dropped him 6 times.
I seen him like looking for like looking at the corner, like stop the fight, you know?
Yeah.
He's a tough dude, Devin Haney, though. He kept coming, eh?
Bro, Haney, that's the thing. Haney's such a good fighter. It was just weird that it looked like it was so easy for Garcia. It didn't really make sense.
But Lomachenko beat
I think so.
I
as
watched
well.
that fight.
Yeah, I think so as well.
He beat him. I remember I couldn't believe they gave Devin Haney that fight.
Yeah, that was a robbery.
He bashed him.
Yeah. Lomachenko won that fight hands down.
I couldn't believe that. That decision was bad.
When you're fighting, are you listening to the corners? Like your opponent's corner, what they're saying?
Man, it's weird. I can hear him, but like I don't listen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can hear him. I'm not really paying attention. I hear what they're saying, but like it's weird. I know what they're saying, but I'm not really paying attention to what they're saying. I'm always listening to what Alex is saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Alex is loud too, so you can hear everything.
Yeah, you
it's
can.
perfect.
Even through the TV, you can hear him.
And he knows me so well, so it's like, as soon as he says something, I know what he wants me to do.
Yeah.
Like anything, because he knows me so well, so as soon as he says something, I'll go and do the same thing he wants me to do. But yeah, it's weird. I hear their corner.
So if you're...
I do hear the corner, yeah. I can hear wrestle and head. Like, actually, I did hear it.
Run us, like, for someone that's never been, like, you know, in a UFC cage fight, run us through your thoughts going into the cage, and when you're in the fight, what is like going through your head and what you're listening to. What are the key aspects? Like, is it only your corner? You can hear some of their corner. Can you hear the commentators? Is the crowd too loud? Is it like a focus that comes in and the sound muffles down? Like, run us through the thoughts inside of it.
Because like I always think, don't lose focus, you know. But like when I was walking out this time, I remember because I changed my walkout song. I was like, man, because I was a bit superstitious. I was like, man, did I stuff up? Because my other walkout song, I got disqualified. I'm like, man, I don't want that one anymore. When I was walking out, I was like, man, maybe I'm going to lose now because I changed my walkout song. That's what I was thinking. I was walking out. But then I always like the fight week, I always have like a phrase I'm going to put in my head and I repeat it to myself all the time. Mm-hmm. So just to say it, like when I'm thinking about something else, I just say the same phrase.
What was your last phrase?
I was like, too fast, too strong, too skilled. I just kept saying it to myself, saying it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I walked in. Man, the first thing I thought when I walked in, I was looking around, I was like, man, I was nervous all this time for this. Like, this is nothing. I looked at him. I remember my dad always says to me, he goes, man, why are you stressing, man? It's just sparring. It's like sparring, but you're going harder. You're trying to hurt him. It's only different. And in my head, I was thinking, man, he's right, this guy, man. It's just like a sparring match. That's what it felt like. I was like, but obviously not sparring. But
yeah.
Trying to kill the guy. But yeah. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it is easy to, especially in the UFC, because, man, it's like a big show. They make
spectacle.
They make it like a big deal, but you have to understand, like, it's like you're fighting, like I used to fight in Punch Bowl Croatian Club when I was in the local scene, you know? What's the difference? The only difference is probably a harder guy, obviously, but the only difference is all the hype, the media, but at the end of the day, you're doing one thing, you're fighting. So, like, you got to put it in perspective. And another thing what helps is, like, I've lost it all bad ways. Like, I've lost by a knockout. Got robbed, not robbed, but bad decision, I feel. Yeah. And then they got disqualified. Like, what can be worse? I came back from that. Like, what's going to be worse than that, you know? So just go and fight, and who cares?
It's that time, eh? It's that
experience kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's and you've been through each step now, and yeah, it does seem like you've reached a new level. Yeah. Like it as a fan looking at the sport, as a fan of you, it just looks like you've just taken not only your skill but just the aura itself. You're like, you're meant to be there. You can run through these guys, and we can see that. And it was interesting. Like, it was interesting to hear the like anxieties and the vulnerabilities as well that you put into it, and because it's not like another sport. Like,
it's a lot of
it's a lot of mental hurdles that you'd have to go through, right?
Yeah, I feel like all the sports have the anxiety, the nerves, and all that type of stuff. But like, the only difference is that we know we can get hurt. You know, that's the. Like, I feel like every sport's hard, like at a high level, but the only difference with our sport is you know you can get hurt bad, and it's just you versus him, and it's like, man, you're taking your shirt off and you're fighting a guy. Like it's not like there's no comfortable spot in that cage, you know.
It's as primal as it gets.
You got to find comfort, but like I don't think it's the hardest sport in the world, but definitely like there's a lot of. I feel at this level where I'm at now, it's like a lot more mental than because I know I'm gonna work hard and train and be good, but I feel like the will to win and the mental side can get you to that next level. That's what I think I need to keep working on, you know.
Are you one of those guys that works with sports psychologists?
No, I don't really work on it. I think it's just, for me, it's just more myself, you know. To be honest, I like feeling the fight week. I like feeling uncomfortable and nervous because it makes me know I'm ready, you know.
The anxiousness.
I don't like it at the time, but like it gets me ready. So when I'm there, it's like, I've already thought about the worst things that can happen. It's not that bad.
What's your diet like?
Out of camp or in camp?
In camp and out of camp?
In camp, like what I've been doing now, I've been trying to stay lighter. So when the fights do come, I'm ready. Like it doesn't need to take that long. Mm-hmm. So these last camp, I was eating heaps. Like, and my weight kept dropping. It was funny. But always it's the same kind of thing. Like I have eggs. I have a lot of eggs with toast, like jam.
Every morning.
Yeah. What I'll do is like I'll box. When in camp, I'll box, and I'll go back. I don't like to eat before I train. Mm-hmm. I train like on coffee or something, and then I'll come home, have 4 eggs, 4 toasts with jam.
4 eggs and 4 toasts?
Jam toast.
With jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll come to and I have another coffee, probably cappuccino.
Yeah, I go cappuccino too. That's the way.
Then I'll come to the 2 p.m. session. Then after that, probably have like big can of tuna, 250 grams of rice.
Okay.
And then at night, I have like a steak, a ribeye,
nice.
250 grams of rice, and probably a few eggs as well.
More eggs.
And probably a litre of coconut water and a protein shake, something like that. I eat a fair bit, to be honest.
Yeah, that is a fair bit. Yeah. A lot of eggs as well.
I never used to be able to eat like that, but because I'm staying lighter out of camp, I feel like when I'm in camp, because I'm training hard, I can eat more.
The reason that I asked that is because your body transformation's also been massive since the start till your last fight. Yeah,
and I feel like cause I used to blow out a bit, and it used to be harder to make the weight, so I used to have to eat much less.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been trying, because a lot of just accumulation of training and stuff. I don't got the best body genetics, like everyone I fight's probably got a better body than me, but not as strong.
Yeah, when you grab guys, it just doesn't seem like it's the same strength. So you're not like
I don't count calories and stuff.
Yeah. Like you don't go like I do paleo, I do pescatarian, I do carnivore, or
I don't know those. I know carnivore. I don't know the other two. What the hell are they? Is that a day diet?
Yeah.
Nah, they are.
Yeah.
I thought it was just carnivore and vegan. Vegetarian. There's actually the other one.
So you thought there's just the 2 extremes?
Man, I thought it was like just 2 or 3. That's it. Yeah, I really don't know. Keto, I knew. That's it. What's that? Pescatarian. What's that?
That's the ones that just eat. They're like vegetarians, but they eat fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Bro, but body composition's interesting. Who do you want next? If Bo Nickal is clearly backing out, he's been a bit of a coward regarding that fight, who would you like if he doesn't sign the contract?
The thing is, man, all the guys on top of me are like, they're all matched. I've got a few fights. I wouldn't mind fighting that Jared Mershon, I wouldn't mind fighting. Paul Craig, I was saying I'd like to fight. Anthony Hernandez, I'd like to. He's 15th, I think. I think he's like 12th actually.
Yeah, he's gone up.
I'd like to fight him. Brendan Allen, I'd like to fight again. Probably a fight away from him, you know. I still have to win probably. I'd like to fight him again, get that rematch. But to be honest, I don't really care. Like I was putting that Bo Nickal thing out like just for fun, you know. But
yeah.
Like, I don't really care who I fight. I've never asked for anyone. I just fight whoever they give me. But now I want to fight him because he's saying he thinks he can end my career and all this stuff. Now I really want to fight him, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't really care, to be honest.
This episode's also brought to you by Ancestral Nutrition. Ancestral Nutrition is my go-to when it comes to beef liver capsules. I was looking for a alternative to just eating direct beef liver when I was on my carnivore diet. Beef liver needs to be a staple of anyone's diet. So when I found these guys and I saw that they did 100% Australian organic beef liver capsules, it was a no-brainer for me, and I haven't looked back since. It's part of my stack. I have it in the morning with my breakfast. They also have heart and other organs as capsules. For me, I just prefer the beef liver capsules. The description is below. Go check them out. They give you your money back guaranteed. So it's a no-brainer. Give it a try, especially if you have low energy levels. Beef liver really assisted me in my B vitamins and getting my energy levels up to where it should be. Ancestral Nutrition, you can use code Diogo10, I believe, but all the details will be in the description.
I feel like with all the, like how they're trying to normalize all that type of stuff, you know.
Bro, what type of stuff? I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like there's like,
you're talking about are you talking about when they're trying to normalize
like the thing?
Yeah,
like that type of stuff, and like trying to force it down
everyone's
throats, you know.
Like when they
especially young kids. Like I feel like young kids growing up, like man, kids they just absorb whatever you tell them. You know what I mean? It's like they absorb this. It's like it's not normal.
No,
they don't.
There's been studies as well when that show that there's a high amount of kids when they grow older, they grow out of it. And then they completely regret what they did. And there's also studies that show that kids did it for their parents.
Yeah.
Like their parents think a certain way and then they want to be, they want to look good for their parents and then they do things. There was a woman in a TV show where they it's one of those reality TV shows. And then during the thing, this kid transitioned. And then during...
What transgender thing?
Transgender. So the kid transitioned and then during the show, the kid said she did it for the mum.
Yeah,
and then they interviewed her and then she was like, well, I hope she didn't do it for me. But that's the reality of things. That's what is happening.
Like you're growing up and you because there's so much different information as a kid, like surely it's going to affect you when you grow up. You're going to get confused. It's going to make you think twice about like all different things. I mean, kids are kids. Like I feel like you just let these kids grow up on their own and they're going to show themselves. You don't have to force them to say, man, if you told me when I was 5 years old to wear a dress, I'd wear a dress. Man, look at me, man. Like,
yeah, kids are malleable.
If you said 5, 6, wear a dress, I'm not wearing a dress, but I'm not going to know that I'm wearing a dress. But like, oh, whatever, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you don't need to force it down. Especially kids, like adults, man, do whatever you want, but the kids, I feel like just leave them alone, let them grow up as kids and enjoy their childhood and like that big number, where's it coming from? Like what's happening? Why is it such a big number now? And how long it was the number 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Like the social media and all that type of stuff, like what people are putting out and what's normal, man, it makes people think like, oh, my life's not that good. Oh, my life's so. A person goes away and they take a photo of their holiday or something. And it's like, oh my God, like they're so happy and I'm not. Well, you know what I mean? Like all the editing on the photos and all that type of stuff. Yeah. Especially young girls too, they say, oh, that's how you're supposed to look. But man, they got editing apps, relax. Like, you're all good. You know what I mean? They got apps to make themselves look like that. Like, take it easy. Like, but they don't know that. Like, it's thrown in your face so much and I don't know. It's a reason why like in China, like on their TikTok, they have all on their TikTok for the kids. They have different stuff, eh?
Yeah, in China. So in China, they put a lot of engineering, whether it's mechanical, electrical engineering, and then on our TikTok in the Western world, they put just dancing.
Yeah, like I'm not the most political guy, but like for me, it's like common sense. Like, why are they doing that type of stuff? And we're seeing people dancing and doing all this. Man, it's funny, man, because like TikTok, I know what it is, and sometimes I start scrolling. I'm like, oh shit, I get stuck on it for like an hour.
It's a vortex.
And then you start overthinking. Oh my god, it changes how you think. It actually does. Like I don't know, but I feel like you gotta just the way the society is, it kind of contributes to what's going on. Has to. Like what's been the big change, especially that last thing what came up on, was that Channel 7? Did you see what the funding? Is it funding?
Which funding?
It's for and. Have you seen
they can. So they can go through the NDIS and they can receive money from the government.
Yeah, like that. Like that's how can that happen? You know what I mean? Do you think that's crazy?
I think that's absolutely insane.
Like how can
the government pay just live in general?
Yeah, like
it's fucked.
It doesn't make sense. Like, and that type of stuff, that type of things, like, has to contribute to what's going on. If that happens there, and what about that big brand, that Balenciaga, that put that promoting their brand?
Did you see that? Yeah.
Photo, like, man, that's crazy.
It's insane.
Like, to do that, surely it's gonna. Pretty simple. Like, never happened before. Why is it happening now?
Why is it happening now?
I feel like the views of what society's trying to push down everyone's throat. It's like forcing us to think away that. Man, let people think how they want to think.
Why is it like because I'm trying to understand as well as to like why it all is happening now. There's so much change, like across the board. There's just so much. Like since COVID, right? After COVID, we've just been inundated with things. We've been inundated with, the pedophilia stuff. We've been inundated with Russia, Ukraine. You've been inundated with Israel, Palestine. Now there's like students at university, like Sydney University, there's camps now that are literally living in the university on the grounds, protesting. And then literally on the other side, there's the Anzac services. And these tent cities, whatever you want to call them, are all around the world. And then it's so many different avenues that just didn't exist before. And I'm trying to understand why that is. Like, why is there so many things?
It feels like they're trying to make you pick sides a bit, eh? It's like your side, my side, kind of thing. And it makes all the type of things happen. Like that war, the Palestine one, whatever's going on there. People ask me, I don't know nothing about it, because I don't really look into it. But there's one thing I know: you don't want people dying. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, just stop the war. We don't want people to die, kids and women dying. You know what I mean? So I feel like when people say, "Oh, this or this," like, man, we're here in Australia. It doesn't matter who started it, what happened, what's the reason. There's kids dying, there's women dying, and there's men dying, and we don't even know the reason.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't pick a side. Just end it. That's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That's how I feel.
Ukraine needs to stop as well. Is just people just need to stop.
But that's the thing.
It's
that war's still going.
Yeah. Fuck. The thing is that, like, if you say it, just people stop dying, people get upset at that. Is that not insane?
Well, so me saying that, people get upset at that? Well, why?
Because, to be honest with you, I don't really know.
I want to know if they know why they're fighting. If they knew the reason, tell me, because
I don't think they know the reason.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so does it really matter? Like, if we're living here in this country, right? Why are we thinking whose side to pick? Why is anyone picking? Wouldn't you think, there's children dying. They got nothing to do with anything, and we're going to pick it. Man, who cares? Man, I don't want these kids to die. You know what I mean? So, I feel like, I don't know, it's weird stuff. I don't know. It's a weird thing going on.
What do you think of censorship?
With what?
In censorship.
What's that? Like block stuff?
Yeah. There's this big thing right now where Australia was trying to remove some of the videos of the stabbings that occurred in Sydney off of all platforms. The government was. And then...
What stabbing was it?
The bishop.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're trying to remove that.
So they're trying to remove that off of the internet. So Australia government thinks that they can do that. And the bishop himself has just come out and he put out a video saying, keep the thingy on. I don't want the actions that occurred to me be the catalyst to bring in government censoring Australians. And then Elon grabbed that and reposted that. And now there's Elon's taking the Australian government into court.
Oh, for doing that.
For doing that, yeah. And they want to charge him $785,000 per day for every day that is kept on. But here's the kicker, is that they say that to him, but then all the major news organizations still have that video on YouTube, still have it on their sites, and still have it in other places as well.
Yeah, I don't know. What is it? You know more than me.
Yeah, it's.
You got censored, didn't you?
Yeah,
yeah.
That
happens all the time.
Yeah, and it's not. It's like, where are we going to get to when everyone's getting taken off platforms here and there, like because they have a dissident voice to, whatever the narrative is. To me, I see that it's clearly that these major news organizations want to get things taken down because they're losing grip. They had control at one stage of the masses and whatever they could propaganda, and now you've got all these other content creators, mini news organizations saying what's happening on the ground, like Spanian going to these.
He's the best, that guy.
He's great. Him going into all the hoods and seeing how it actually is, going into IGA and showing an IGA in these locations where it's completely empty.
True.
How do these people live in these locations? Housing, there's a housing crisis, and then he's going into particular locations and showing that there's no one living there.
Yeah.
So
I watched a few of them.
Yeah.
Especially like when you walk in the housing commission, the city of Redfern and all those.
Yeah.
From like reach to boom, it was like, what the hell? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like they censor a lot of things. Like, imagine how many people during COVID had mental health issues. Probably how many suicides happened during then. We don't hear nothing like that, So they let you hear what they want you to hear. That's the kind of thing. It's hard, but it's the truth because they censor a lot of things off that they don't want us to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
100%. And Scott Morrison just came out and he was like, I had anxiety during my thing. And then he's like, first it was debilitating during his prime ministership. And then he comes out and is like, oh, it was actually only mild. Buy my book. And he's like, comes out with his book. It's like, mate, what is going on? But
I don't know too much about the politics type of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't look into that stuff because you just start going crazy if you start. Like you. You're going crazy. Right. You start reading into that stuff. I actually don't because I know. You start going, I think, how does that happen? Why is this?
Yeah.
Because that's what's going in your brain.
And I'm trying to connect the dots as to like what it, and that's the thing, you can't make sense of it. You know what I mean?
I avoid it, I swear, because I know it's like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You don't know what the hell's going on.
Bro, I've stayed out of those rabbit holes lately, eh? I went down a few rabbit holes.
You're getting in it now, just talking about
I know. I need to step out. And now I'm just trying to just assess at a surface level what the hell's going on. But yeah, you get into some insane places. And what do you do to wind down? Like, when all of this is happening, surely it's on your feed, though.
Man, I don't scroll that much on Instagram anymore. I used to a lot before, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Because it changes the way you think. Like Instagram, I don't have TikTok anymore. I deleted it. It just changes the way you start to think and how you feel sometimes,
Yeah.
So I just avoid it a lot of the time. Like when I'm on my Instagram, the only thing I'm looking at is like funny videos or like taking a piece about something. Watch some fighting things, sport, NBA. But yeah, that's most of what's on my feed. Yeah, I don't have a lot of stuff on my feed.
So your news is just when I pop up
Yeah.
And then
when you pop up, you say that. Sometimes I skim through it. Sometimes I have to go, man, it's getting a bit confusing,
This is getting a bit tricky.
What's he talking about? Next one.
Bruh, no problem. I'll talk about the digital ID. All good. I'll talk about all the Elon Musk. I'll read the papers for us all.
It's there, man. But I don't know, man. I like to ignore it. You have to know what's going on, but man, it's like,
at the same time, you don't. It's like that stoic motto. It's like control what you can control. At the end of the day, it's like all of these things happen, and it's sure you have a grandiose idea of either saving the world or saving the population. But if we all control what we control to the level of virtues within that control, and the virtues are good virtues, everyone is better off as a society.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of funny things going on, but I feel like the only thing you control is how you act. For me, anyway, like everyone's different, of course, but like just how you act and how you present yourself and how you live day to day. Like here, like I'm coaching every day, a lot of kids and adults. I feel like that's like a form of way I can show, like not my values, our values, our team values of our work ethic, discipline, respect, have a bit of confidence, all that type of stuff. So I feel like in my own little way, I'm kind of doing my kind of part.
Yeah.
With the coaching, with the gym, because I know this gym people think it's just like coaching, just go home, teach class, but it's not like what we do. We're trying to build with the kids. Like I'm not worried about jiu-jitsu. I care if they get better, of course. I want them to get better, but like with the jiu-jitsu, I'm looking at building like strong kids, confident in themselves, disciplined, respectful, and like resilient, they can get through stuff. Because jiu-jitsu is hard. It's not an easy sport for kids getting tapped and, you know what I mean, working hard, trying hard. You lose, of course you're going to lose. Everyone loses. Come back again, train hard again. You know what I mean? And with the adults, the same thing. You come here, you see people changing their lives coming here, So in my own, even though I don't know like all the political views and all that type of stuff, I'm not really into that. But I'm kind of doing my part to pass what I've learned from coaches like Alex, like things I've learned off my dad. I'm passing it to other people.
What's your dad think is where you're at now? Like, what's his thoughts?
And my dad still tells me stop fighting and get a proper job. He told me that last week.
You're in the UFC.
I swear to God, he hates it. My dad always does it. He's like, man, if you did plumbing, you would have your own business. It'd be good. Like he always tells me, man, don't about fighting. It's dangerous, man. Go do that better. Get your own career. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, man, you went to uni, man. Go do something, your degree. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm doing the UFC. He goes, man, I don't like the fighting. Well, man, you put me in MMA. What's wrong with you? He's yet to get fit, but.
I love it. No, I appreciate the time. I really do, my brother. It's been a pleasure, and it's always great to see you. Great to see the team and everyone working hard here. And it's only continue blessings and ways up for you. I see it. And
yeah, you too. All the best as well.
Appreciate it.
You're doing well as well.
Appreciate it, brother. It's been the 5-8 take. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. 5-star ratings across Spotify if you're listening to us on there, and also on Apple Podcasts if you're listening to us on there. If you're on iHeartRadio, make sure to click the subscribe there too. We really appreciate it. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to the 5-8 take.